All right, Donald Trump. And let's go ahead and talk about politics because I know that some of you out there are following exactly what's going on, and I do somewhat. So after Super Tuesday, we see that Donald Trump is still the front runner, and we also see that Cruz has actually won his home state of Texas and gaining ground. I mean, big ground. And I think Trump has something like 319 delegate votes or something like that, and Cruz is like 236, and Rubio 100 and something. So they all within 100 of each other. Which at one time it looked like that Donald Trump was going to be the front runner and the one that was going to be the actual Republican nominee. Well, now it doesn't look that way. I know that a lot of people are enthusiastic because they see the enthusiasm that is going on with the Trump campaign and stuff. Because what is Trump's strength? What is his greatest strength? I tell you what one of his greatest strengths is that he is actually saying what the American people think, but they do not have a voice to say it on that platform. Actually, it's kind of amazing that you can have someone that can be a billionaire and still think the same thoughts as the common people. So he is not as out of touch as people think because he's not speaking like a politician. Now, when you listen to Cruz, you listen to Rubio, they talk just like established pundits. They speak for the establishment. They say everything the establishment wants people to hear. And you know what? They are actually, them two, Cruz and Rubio, is actually what the Republic leadership wants, which is the same thing we've always had. No change, but they are saying the things that the Republican leadership wants, but the people who are Republican, they don't care nothing about what the leadership thinks because they're the ones who voting. Now, if this thing ain't rigged, like I know it is, right now, I tell you what, I believe is getting ready to take place, okay? Forget about the rig stuff. Let me tell you what, I'm going to give advice to Donald Trump and his campaign, okay? Just a veteran paratrooper here, and I'm going to give my advice. Mr. Trump and all the campaign people out there that are on his particular cabinet, I want y'all to listen to me real close. One of the biggest mistakes that you're making is that you're not speaking much about the Constitution. I mean, we don't hardly hear nothing out of Donald Trump's mouth about the Constitution of the United States. I mean, so that kind of gives people pause. Does he really truly believe in it or not? I know that this is nothing more than, it's not even worth a piece of Charmin toilet paper when you get finished doing the job. I know that. But nevertheless, people in this country, they still believe that this thing exists. And when you have Cruz and Rubio constantly touting the Constitution almost every other sentence or every other phrase at least 2 or 3 times during a debate, that's getting the ears of the public, of the general public, the people. And that's what they want to hear. Because that's what politicians do. Politicians tell people things that they want to hear, not that they're not going to make good on it. Now, what that's telling us that Donald Trump is not a politician, which is a very good thing for all of us to hear. Very good thing for us to hear. You know the reason why? Because again, he's speaking. He's a billionaire, and he's a voice for us, the people, the small people. And I think as I sit here and think about this going forward, I think it's a very good strategy. A very good strategy when you speak and you get people mad. I know, I do it all the time. I've got people that they simply tell me I make their blood boil. And I've done nothing to them but say words. But the words carry impact. Because I'm saying words, you don't really truly know my true heart. Unless you know me, unless you live with me, unless you fellowship with me, you really truly don't know me. And when you say things that anger people, intelligent people would be stimulated to start doing investigation to see if what he's really saying is so. Because a lot of times people want to prove people wrong. So Trump is really not as strong as he appears to be. Now, if he goes ahead and go on like a 6, 7, 8 state run, then he's got it locked up. But make no mistake about it, he needs New York and California and Florida. He needs those states because they carry a lot of delegates. He needs that. Remember, whether we like it or not, as the American people, votes, even though while you think they count, they don't count. This is about delegates. This is not about votes. It's about delegates. Can I get that through y'all thick head? It's not about votes. It's about delegates. Anyway. But that's where we're at right now. So if Trump would just start talking, Donald Trump, he would just start talking more about the Constitution. And let me let you in on this too. I think the strategy going forward is this. I think that Cruz and Rubio is dividing and splitting the vote. All right. I think that their strategy that's going to be handed down to them by the Republican leadership is going to be this. Okay. Cruz, you're ahead of Rubio. All right. So Rubio, we want you to drop out of the race. Cruz, we want you to announce that Marco Rubio is going to be your vice presidency. Therefore, we already have a ticket. And that way we can pick up whatever that Rubio had, and you both still get to be on the ticket. And this is going to strengthen Cruz even more so because I think they need like 1,260 something delegates. It's been a long time since I've been, anyway, in order to confirm the nomination. Because don't make no mistake about it. Don't make any mistakes about it. The establishment is not about to sit up there and let these Cruz and Trump fight it out. And then all of a sudden they're going to act like they're behind. They're literally behind Donald Trump. They ain't going to be behind him because the leadership does not want him there. They still want business as usual in this country, which is the United States of America going around terrorizing the whole damn world. That's what they want, business as usual. So you all see that there's no difference between a Bush, a Clinton, a Bush, and Obama. And there's no difference. Different faces, same policies. Spending, war. Spending, war. Murder, spending, war. That's it. That's the agenda. So right now, Donald Trump needs to be really, truly start making known who's going to be his running mate. I mean, if you're going to go in that arena, I mean, the ideal running mate or the ideal vice president for Donald Trump would be Jesse Ventura. Because most people will say, Jesse Ventura, yeah, but just listen to the man. I mean, he had enough wisdom to get elected governor in Minnesota. He'd be a good one. I would say Sarah Palin if she could be reformed, because if Hillary Clinton turns around and wins the Democratic nomination, you're going to need Sarah Palin back in there again to deal with the women's vote. And that's all there is to it. And then try to get some people to cross over. But yeah, I'm talking politics here. Do I have any faith in the system? No, I'm under no illusion whatsoever at all. I really, truly am not. I'll be surprised if anybody from Trump's campaign or anybody would even reach out to us small fries like this. I really would be. But that's just my humble opinion. As I see it, I think that Trump needs to regroup. I really, truly do, because they really, truly got it out for you. And the networks, they really got it out for you. But like I said, you could change your strategy just a little bit. You're going to have to anyway. Because what's worked in the beginning is starting to fade. So it's time to start speaking more to the people and stuff. When you start talking about the Constitution and especially gun rights, you're going to get a lot of Republican votes and a lot of Republican people's attention when you start talking about freedom and liberty. That's what gets people like me. And I'm not no Republican. I'm not no Democrat. I'm a saint of the Most High God. But I got eyes to see and ears to hear. And I know this dog and pony show. It's just a ridiculous thing that's going on here. But hey, I hope that the people at least consider what I'm saying. And that people could hear. But remember, I'm under no illusion. I am under no illusion whatsoever at all that the American justice system, as well as the political system, is a righteous system. It all needs reforming. That's just the truth. But I continue to keep speaking what the people think, and I like the fact that Donald Trump is not speaking like a politician. Love it. Just love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it. And most people do too, because that's what we think. It is something to see, though. Could this be, or am I dreaming? Should I pinch myself? Should we pinch ourselves? I don't know. Is this real? I don't know. I noticed that a lot of people are trying to tout him as a racist. I hear what he's saying, but I don't think he's a racist. I don't think he's a racist by what I hear him saying. You see, people out here today been conditioned to pay attention to what people are saying, but they do not hear the silent voice. They do not hear what hasn't been said, and they do not hear what he could have said after you said a certain statement, which is revealing the secrets of men's hearts. But anyway, I understand. Believe me, I comprehend very well. We live in a very complex world. Hey, I'm Pastor Dowd. And you ain't got to worry about me. I can give my public opinion because I'm not a 501c3. So therefore, hey, I can speak my mind. And that's the truth. And that's the true straight way.